that is a passion, wanting to say, okay, I'm going to work that normal day job and live a comfortable life. And then it's, as OC said, it's about, hey, this makes me happy.
Yeah.
This makes me happy, and I am comfortable when I get home. I know that I feel fulfilled, and that's the human experience there, especially as you become an adult.
True. Mr. Forsyth, tell us something. Yeah,
my
you wanna
passion, my passion is money, I do really. Once it making money legally, I'm passionate.
Come on.
Alright, guys. So, another episode of Like Minds podcast again, and today we are two distinguished guests. You understand? You understand? You have some celebrities in the building today. You know?
true.
You understand? So today we have them in the, what do I call the categories by the departments by, what do I call, you see, fashion, what do I call it? I don't know what to call it, stylist, what I call it?
Nah, just professional barber.
Alright.
Very good at professional barber.
Nice. So we have the zero sounds. So we are the top barber here in the country. I claim it, we calling it in advance. You understand? And we have our next top star here, top musician, top gospel artist here. And not just in a particular denomination too. So we have some stars today, I couldn't outshine them, so I just wear the classic jersey, because no matter what I wear, I wasn't ready now, right? So, but anyway, but on our reels, we have with us here Ronnie Lucy Brown and Anthony Michael Gonzalez. You understand?
Yes.
So, alright guys, the moderator today is Akid Vidal, so he'll be directing most of the questions, right?
Yeah.
So take it away.
So yeah, just give everybody an introduction to who you are and what you do. We all know basically barbering and music, but I want to get a background
Right.
of your career. So yeah,
Right.
start with OC.
Well, basically, professional barber. I started in 2014. Yeah, 2014 to be exact. And I started off cutting in school, practicing on my little brother. We didn't really have no mannequin to practice on. We had,
Rails
you
up
know, yeah,
pass.
say rails up pass, real terrible haircuts pass. But I mean, that is part of the process, and you come up and everything. And now it's just like, all the hard work does pay off,
pay off.
and seeing everything falling into place, and yeah, that is.
Mr. Musician.
Well, Mikael is the name. Anthony Mikael Isaiah Gonzalez. That's the full birth name, but Mikael is the stage name. I've been in this for 10 years in terms of music. I've been singing all my life because I grew up in a singing family. So my dad, singing evangelist Tony Gonzalez, and then from there, he never forced it upon us, but definitely you knew he wanted a bit of the Jackson 5, and he did end up having 5 children. So there was that. But I never really wanted to get into music, honestly, if I'm being honest. My biggest love is film. Film writing, scripts writing, stories.
Serious.
That is my love. But there's a love for music also because of what music can do and where it's able to go. So for me, I never really wanted to jump into music, and I always tell the story without any shame. When hitting puberty and then saying, okay, I ain't doing music for sure, because now you're hitting puberty, so it's like
Your voice changed.
yeah, voice changing. Dad can't tell you, well, you still need to keep singing or whatever the case is. I was like, yeah, I'm done. And it was only until picking up an Eminem CD and listening to Eminem, I was like, you cannot be serious. Hip hop is pulling me back into this thing called music. And I was like, I need to get back into it. And from there, as soon as I was out of secondary school, it was, and I was still doing it during, Form 5 and whatnot. But as soon as I came out, I was like, yeah,
Head on.
Music.
head on, no
Nice.
stopping.
Okay, so first question, like you said about your passion, how do you let people like find their passion? You know, in our generation now, everybody trying to find their niche, find their thing, but they cannot really figure it out. How did you figure out that this is the career for you and this is what you want to like focus on and build a career with?
I think that comes with doing what you love and how it make you feel while doing it is like your purpose kind of way. You know what I mean? It's like when I started cutting, I always like to see crispy lines. Like I started marking myself just to see my line crispy. So I would like go to the barber, get my normal haircut and mark, and when that hair starts to grow back, I lining back. I lining back. Come on,
fresh.
you understand? And that just gave me so much joy in doing that I needed to see it on other people. I needed to put it on other people. You understand? So you have to love what you're doing. You have to feel it. You have to be in it. You have to be in it.
I think, and I guess bringing it home for the Caribbean, a lot of times there is this idea that, okay, passions or desires to live a specific life is not the best way to go. So that's why we always have the plan A and the plan B.
Yeah.
You know, we pushed our plan A, plan B, and I'm not talking about, I know this is a worldwide thing to a degree, but for bringing it home, there's always that plan A and plan B, and I agree that yes, you should have that plan A and plan B, but to a degree, because for me, not everyone is built to be a barber. Not everyone is built to be a musician.
That's true.
You know, and it's okay. I think no more than ever, because of the society that we live into, I try to say this a lot, and I've said this to my wife and all too. It's okay to want to have the day job and live a good life.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a content creator. You don't have to be at this. And, you know, it's okay to work in parliament or work wherever and have a nice job, get a nice car, whatever the case is. It's honestly, it's all about, and that in itself too. I should cut myself and say that in itself too. That is a passion, wanting to say, okay, I'm gonna work that normal day job and live a comfortable life. And then it's, as OC said, it's about, you know, hey, this makes me happy.
Yeah.
You know, this makes me happy, and I am comfortable when I get home. I know that I feel fulfilled, and that's the human experience there, especially as you become an adult. You know,
True. Mr. Forsyth, tell us something. Yeah,
My passion is money, you know. So I don't really. Once it's making money legally, I'm passionate.
No, but Jassy, you have a company as well now. So
Well, true.
yes.
Okay, well, all right. I didn't really want to think it up too much. But all right, so everybody know I'm a web developer. And what inspired that, as I just say, money. Right? So I realized, like, wait, I have a lot of shitty websites out there. And when I used to work in certain government agencies and things, and I asked for just for the invoice, how much they pay in for this thing annually, and the cost to do it is high 5 figures, knocking 6 figures for the most basic of stuff. Where it's in your dot when you click on the link, you see now hashtag, that means it's blank. You understand? So you paying, I'll call a figure for one, 80,000 plus for an incomplete website. Things that I do in my sleep. You understand? So I say, all right, you know what? This is it. All the programming, I guess that I go to say talk, yes? I could code in all kind of language, you know. Python, Java, all the works, you know. But shit that headache. HTML is the way. You understand? HTML is where the money at. Everybody need a website. At the end of the day, every business, if they don't have a Facebook page, they have a website.
Yeah.
And the website does give them the more quote-unquote prestige look, especially if it's well done. You understand? And I would have give a little secret there, but I know all that competition. So, you know? But, yeah, no, honestly, it was money because my passion really was track and field and cricket.
Serious?
Yeah,
I would have looked out for it.
Yeah,
Well, let's say I let the big stars do their thing now, but you know, I get them a chance. No, well, on our reels, like knowing that I could make money with something that I could do with ease is what kind of propelled me to start.
Easy
that.
money is the best money. You know?
Yeah, money is always a motivator. Like, if you pay somebody the right figure, as I would have said in our previous episode, where they say your job, the salary that they give you is how much they paying to kill your dream, you know. Honestly, you know,
Yep.
sad to say, you know.
Yep.
That's what they're paying you. So if you are the right price, I think most people do things for the right price.
Yeah.
So I rather just do it for myself, cut out the middleman, cut out whatever other thing, and
Do your own
and
thing.
yeah, do my stuff. So that will really push me there.
Okay. So yeah, next question, right, is who was the like big influence in you doing your career, and what, like, everybody needs somebody to like encourage them on their journey. You know, sometimes it have like the rough patches, sometimes it have like the more challenging parts. So I would like to know some of the challenges you had on your journey so far. We could go beginning, we could go middle, we could, you understand? We could go beginning first.
But I had a lot of challenges in this come up, yes.
So let's say just start up. Your start up, yeah.
First off, I think the main challenge was support. I think
Yeah.
support in the beginning is be like, the support doesn't be there, especially when you come from a background where everybody wants to do a degree, taking the schoolwork now, you know, and I really wasn't on that. So obviously my parents wouldn't really. I mean, they like that I'm doing something other than school, but now that I'm putting more focus on barbering and not more focus on the academic side, then it's like, you know, that kind of start to get them worried. And the support start to get a little less on the barbering and, you know, more on the academic side. And I was going lessons and school was just becoming a burden to me. You understand? And when I finished, well, I started cutting all Form 3, Form 4 something. And when I finished secondary school, I went on to UTT. Wasn't sure what I wanted to do in UTT, but my parents was behind me, you know, sign up for something, time going, you know, something had to happen, man. At that time, I don't know, I want to trim for the rest of my life, you understand? And I signed up for, well, I used to do a little track and thing in secondary school, so I signed up for sports studies in UTT. And it just had a day I was in class and nothing wasn't registering in my head. It's like I understand the system more while being in university. Like how much it really kill your dream now. You understand? And that day I sit down in class and my tears just started to flow out of my eye because I really did not want to be here.
You didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, and I done spent 3 years in university. I had 2 more years to go. And I just couldn't stand it no more. And I sit down in that class and I send my mom a text, a long paragraph about why I don't want to be here. You understand? Because I can't just say that, I mean, I done funding the thing already. I can't really just, you know, but...
You pay back again though.
No, I ain't pay back. I ain't pay back again, but, you know, I'm happy now.
Yeah.
And that day was my last day in UTT. I went straight to the barber shop after that, and that was a big challenge to me. The energy home started to get dark because I'm not in school. I'm not doing what my parents want me to do, and it was just getting real terrible. And that was a real big challenge for me. That phase of my life was very, very difficult. But I see it through.
That's good.
Sometimes, no, as you say that, sometimes it's really have to take that leap of faith, you know. Alright, for example, a lot of Christian homes will be anti-hip-hop, anti-rap and things, right? Now, don't get me wrong, it obviously the negative music is just talking about killing and sex promiscuity and things, right? But it have some songs really legit talking about
grinding,
and
money,
doing better,
yeah.
right? And one of them in particular, I ain't really call the artist, I'm promoting the artist. But he said you have to jump off the boat so you can walk on water. Now, that is biblical. What Peter did to meet Jesus.
He
come
did
off the
take a
boat.
leap. He
Yeah.
did take a leap
You
of faith.
understand? Nobody walking on water is not a ninja movie. You understand? Serious. So you have to jump off the boat, leave the comfort zone. That's where the boat is, the comfort zone. The boat is the shelter from the storm and go out in the storm. And when you go out in the storm, the most magical things just happen.
Yeah.
When you have faith now. Because like the whole dynamic there with that one rap line and that whole Bible story there, like, I'm preaching now. You understand? But serious talk. So you had to take the leap of it, but you have to take the leap of it with a plan, eh? Not just not just being lazy. But everybody like to say, you know what? But me in feeling school or me in feeling this job.
But they don't know what to do next.
Exactly.
You're supposed to know what you're doing
You
next
have to have
before
a
you.
plan. You
True.
understand? So if you ain't have no plan, you're going out there to fail. And start to say, same people who wasn't in a corner, they want you to fail the most,
Yep.
But I think that is a encouragement as well. The people
The
them who
haters,
want you to
yeah.
fail, that'll just make you do it even harder.
Yeah.
You'll go even harder for the people them who want you to fail.
Well,
It's not
that-
that you
that
want to.
mentality, eh?
It's not that you want to prove them wrong or anything, but
Prove
you
yourself
do.
right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. That is it. That is it.
Okay, Miguel.
For me, I had somewhat of a similar experience. Funny enough, growing up in a singing family, you would think, you know, yo, that is the.
That's
but
what you have to
no,
do.
because for me, my dad, he already implanted that entrepreneurial spirit in me because he owns his own business.
Okay.
He's an architectural draftsman. So he owns his own business and he can clock out at any time he wants, fly whenever he has to fly, go to whichever church he has to go to, and still come back to that day job that he loves doing, along with music. So cool, no problem. Whereas for me, I'm like, no, I want to go into entertainment full 1000%. I have a plan. Start with music, then jump into film, then after film, also create your own company that in itself now can facilitate these two aspects that you love, and then whatever else in entertainment. I love the behind the scene aspect of entertainment. For me, however, certain plans changed, whereas, okay, I jumped into music and I told my dad, I said, hey, I want to do it this way, right? And my dad was like, no, you need to do it this specific way if you want to do it this way. However, I wanted to have the educational backing. I wanted to have the day job also and whatnot. Having to then have to explain to both mom and dad, hey, no, so this is where I'm seeing myself going.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. Forgive me right now, my brain can't remember exactly what age it was I registered my company. But literally like 3 years into music, I was like, okay, cool. I'm definitely going to pursue this hardcore. And this is during secondary school and whatnot.
Yeah.
I wrote, Jassy may not remember, but I remember telling Jassy and another person in secondary school that I am going to, because I'm a fan of Kanye West also.
Good.
Right? So for me, I was like, I told them, I said, hey, I am going to start my own record label. That's 3 years into saying, okay, I want to go into music. Explain to my dad, hey, when secondary school is over, I'm not sure about, I will do the courses and whatnot that is necessary to educate myself, and I still educate myself to today. But I want to go into this full time. And I remember writing out the name of my record label. And I said, I'm going to start my own record label to protect myself and protect my music and whatnot, because I was already starting to research and whatnot. And by then, it didn't really have, well, a lot of homes didn't have heavy internet access. So I was going to the library and typing in, okay, what do I need? What do I have to do and whatnot? So by the time I got out of secondary school, registering business and this, that, and the other, it had a point I had to tell my parents, I said, y'all moving like out there drinking.
Yeah,
You understand? I have to be out here at these late hours in a studio or at an event. And sometimes, yes, I understand. I am putting myself at risk when it is. You're starting out and you travel to an event and nobody wants to drop you back.
Yeah.
You have no money because nobody paying you.
Yeah.
And you have to fly back home at 12, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. waiting for a taxi.
Yeah.
You understand? Because your parents sleeping and you don't really want to wake them up. But then, when, of course, when it push come to shove, you really had to wake them up and say, hey, come pick me up.
pick me up.
So,
Yeah.
you know, but 1, 2 a.m. in the morning, and you're standing there, and the taxi drivers get now with the worst set of attitude ever, or who want to charge you $20 when it's a $7 trip. They want to charge you 20 or 40 to go home. It's like,
I know about that.
you know, so for me, I had a similar experience, and then over time they saw, oh, okay, he's serious about this. He know what he doing. He have a plan.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, oh, I want to be in music and that's
Yes.
it. No, it was, no, I have a plan. I understand that it's going to take some time. It's not going to be easy, but I have a plan and this is what I'm doing. And hopefully by God's grace, you know, I'm going to be able to still be doing this. And, well, 10 years later,
Just have to accept it. After a
you
while, you
know,
just accept it.
I'm
It is-
here, married, and I'm doing it. So, so yeah.
That's good. That's good. So, from the challenges, I would like to know, like, when was the moment that you think that, hey, I could do this? Like, you know, after a while, you go through the challenges, and then you'd be like, hey, I'm a really good barber. I'm a really good musician. Or you finally start to get the recognition that you deserve. When was that moment for you?
I don't know about OC and Jassy, but for me, still has moments where it is you wonder, am I doing this correct? You know, it still has those moments where you're like, you know, I've experienced this, that, and the other, which are positives, but there's still those moments in time where you're like, all right, you know, it needs to be at a specific place. And I guess that in itself too is where you have to learn to, and I hope I'm not jumping the gun, but where you have to learn to appreciate
Where you at?
the successes and where you're at. You know, I know that
small
okay.
wins.
Yeah, the small wins.
Yeah.
It's only literally 2019 I started to really sit back and be like, you know what? You did good, Mikael. There's more to go, yes, but you did good. It's only from 2019, honestly, that I started to really appreciate the small wins. And now every time there's a small win, I'm like, all right, God, thank you. And I actually try to sit back and either go buy something for myself to eat or watch a movie and be like, yeah, you do this, you do that, you know? So,
We'll see.
Alright, the moment that really catch my attention, and you know, was when Marshall Sidano, well, we all know Marshall Sidano, a national athlete.
Yeah.
He reached out to me for a haircut. I was like 17 or 18 years. And that was a real big thing for me. Come on, a man running Olympics, come on, you
yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
And
Or silver?
I think so. I know you have a bronze gold, but a bronze Olympics and a gold world champion. Yeah.
yeah, and he reached out to me for a haircut, and that was nobody could not talk to me.
Yeah. That was a big one.
You see that day, nobody could not talk to me that day. I did not work in the shop that day. I left the shop and I was like, I am going on a house called the Trim Marshall Sidano, and this is a big thing for me. And when I got there, I wasn't even studying the trim. I was totally out of it, and that kind of wake me up and make me realize that, you know, yeah, but you see where you're reaching somewhere. You're reaching somewhere. Yeah.
yeah, it's honestly, it's when your peers or when those that have been looking at you for a while, when they come to you and they want your service or they want you to do something. So a lot of times, you know, that is what clicks for you and you're like, okay, you're on the right path. Because for me, my biggest inspiration locally would have been Russell Leons, and then Samuel Dyer, you know. So when I was bold, like sometimes I look back at the stuff I do and I'm like, yo, if I wasn't that way, I really wouldn't have reached far enough.
Yeah.
Because there was a time where Russell Leons, for my birthday, I said on Facebook was still fresh, and I said, hey, I want to do a song with Russell Leons.
Yeah.
I want to do a song. By then, his management was charging some big money, but I didn't care. I was like, whatever. And I do my own artwork, everything, and I say, hey guys, tag Russell Leons and let him know Mikael wants to do. Because I saw a bit of a campaign, and I say, hey, I need to get Russell to see Mikael exist. You understand? Tag Russell Leons and let him know, hey, Mikael wants to do a song with him and whatnot. People started to laugh in the comment section and whatnot. Yeah. And
I had some though.
the management reached out to me and they said, you're using Mr. Russell's Mr. Leonce's image legally and this, that, and the other. And I was like, by then I have a bit of knowledge and I'm like, am I? But I was like, you know what? I said, okay, cool. And I left it alone. Not to
cause any
not to cause anything, and not even thinking that 2 years later from that, I would be able to get Russell into a studio. And there's no Russell in a studio from wherever science vocals. No. Come studio, sit with me, and we say, all right, cool. We're gonna do it this way, that way, that way. All right, cool. Go, you go, Russell. And me smiling there like,
I'll link that song in the description. That's stuff on it?
Yeah,
that's
like, yo, I was like, God, so moments like that when you have the persons you look up to, or persons that are looking at what you do, come and say, hey, I want to do something with you, or and the next biggest thing for me was when the late Samuel Dyer came to me and said, hey, I love your behind the scenes work, so I want you to work with me on marketing. And then from there, I want you to then work with me as my manager. To get those kind of things, it's like, all right, God. All right, all right. Thank you. Yeah. So,
That's it, you want.
Huh? I laugh at this.
Give you a big moment.
A big moment.
Or a moment where you could see that,
things happen. Things happen.
You will pay enough. All right. Well, it was after I did you all know. Well, you might know Quantum, the track club Quantum.
Right.
So the owner of Quantum came to me off a randomness to do a site for him, right? Because he's a life coach now.
I thought he was recruiting you for track and all, but
Nah, that was just the other day. So he came through, right? So I did the site for him for really, really cheap, close to nothing, because I was starting out. He was my second site that I ever did, right? And because of, I guess, how professional I was with him, plenty of the quote-unquote big boy clients, so like other shout out Dr. Cummins from South, you know him?
Yeah, Cummins, right.
Right. A couple other guys, I don't want to call out the names, I know do all of that now. But they these are my clients now. You understand? These are my clients, and I got them like in the first 3 to 4 months of taking this leap now, right? Because I am now really understanding how the service and things work. Because when you learn it in school and actually doing it is two different things now, right? So I am actually doing that now, pushing out sites, and Foresight is now in February right now when we're filming,
Right.
So this month, unofficially, Foresight is 1 year old. But I registered it in July. So officially it will be 1 year in July. So to have almost 20 websites in the space of 12 months, that is a blessing now, right?
yeah.
For real.
You understand?
For real.
So because I didn't really see it, because the money pumping back into the business. Facebook ads are real expensive. These are the things now, right?
We had to talk about social media next time. That
They're ridiculous. But anyway, no, but pumping back the funds into that, but being able to have some funds to pump back into it is the blessing now.
Yeah.
And as I say, 20 websites in 12 months for more or less a rookie, that is very good, and I want to keep pushing now. So I guess that is when I started to do them, and each one is better than the one before, which I'm thankful for, unless the client want to mess it up. But that's sorry. But each of them is more resources is pumped in. So anytime I do a site, it's more or less better than the one that I did before, or at least on that level. So I'm thankful for the opportunities, and I hope I get more. I hope some big company or startup company.
We all hoping for a big boy.
We all
We all hoping for some big boy.
One of the benefits I would like to know, like every job has like its benefits and its challenges or pros and cons. I would like to know like your pros and cons of your job.
But I will say freedom. Who don't like freedom? You understand? Who don't like doing things on their own time, scheduling stuff on their own time? I think the freedom for me is That is the main benefit I feel for me, boy. I don't want nobody talking over my back. I don't want to be signing in, clocking out.
Yeah, the clock, sign up for vacation.
I don't like that at all. I don't like
But
that
still
at all.
though, the let's say you have like let's say 10 clients in a day or something like that. So
Nah, I don't-
but like I said,
Right.
scheduling would be like hard for you.
The schedule not so hard because I could kind of put it into my comfort zone. So right now I just cut like 4 clients in a day, and I'll finish like 5 in the evening or probably half 4, and that's good for me. So I could have other stuff to do in the day. You understand? I have more time for myself, more, you know?
Yeah.
Music is a whole other ball game.
Yeah, I think that is on the clock.
Yeah, there is that on the clock aspect, but there's pros and yes, there are cons. So the pros is being able to create, being able to come up with something new, or be inspired and go into the studio and record, or go on your phone and record that demo and then send it to your producer. If you have a producer, you're blessed enough to have a producer that would listen immediately and create the beat for you and this, that, and the other. There are those aspects, and yes, there's the freedom aspect and being able to kind of schedule your day, schedule your life to a degree. But the cons are COVID-19.
True.
You know, where it's now broken down your schedule to little to nothing. Outside of yes, going to studio, recording, doing this, that, and the other, but
No events, you mean?
no events,
Yeah,
no, especially in gospel music. You know, if I'm being honest here, and I think we all want honesty in gospel music, not having the churches willing to engage in events
We
as
have
before,
gospel
or
concert for
programs,
real. Not long meaning
you
about the
know,
gospel
or
concert.
have you come, or even willing to see where they may have to pay for your time when it comes to, even if it's an online event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they see
Yeah.
that as, oh no,
Like too
do-
much.
do-
Yeah.
yeah,
Lord.
that's too much. This not live. This is pre-recording. So why not? You know, so all of these things, those are the cons to I guess this thing called music. The pros is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, you know, when you release a new song and you see the engagement, you see people blessed by it, you see people share it. And then, you know, the creative mind sometimes can go into a very dark place. You know, gospel or not. It can go into a very dark place where you have to really pull yourself out and you have to lean on God. Not trying to preach, guys, but you have to lean on God, because there are moments like I was telling Jassy off camera when we were coming here. Just yesterday, you know, day before this recording, I broke down to my wife and I said, hey, I'm sorry. I tell she, I'm sorry. I say, I know it's COVID and I can't control it and everything, but I say,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's one of these days where I'm like, God, I need you.
Yeah.
You know, so
Okay.
there are those things there, but you never lose the love for your passion when you really want to get where you want to get to.
And we almost wrapping up. I was just the tips that you would give people that want to start up their own thing. You know, like you have a lot of people that want to do music, but they don't know where to start, or there are people that want to be a barber or be any job that is secular. Like, you know, people frown on those kind of secular
Yeah.
jobs. I would like to know like your tips for
For
people that
people-
want to start up.
As you mentioned that wrong thing, because you know normally the rubric, just in the Caribbean, but I guess other places too, is go to school, get a subject, get a degree, work, government work.
And 9 to 5.
Yeah, 9 to 5, yeah, that's that. And sad to say, the whole purpose of this episode is to show a alternative legal way
You're making money.
still make your money by doing something that you love. Not saying not poo-pooing on school or anything like that, because I'll be a hypocrite, because masters and things, you know. So no, but I'm not poo-pooing on school. But the reality is sometimes, I know real black parents don't like to hear it, but sometimes school is not for everybody.
It is
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, so you have to know, and this is where the the whole family planning aspect and all of that come in place to me now. You have to realize what your child growing up and see where is their strengths, what you think is strengths and weaknesses, and what passion or what job type or something like that they will
Or
fall
something
into.
I observe nowadays is that when, let's say, a child would come up to his parents and say, "Hey, moms, I want to do music." Say, "What are you doing music for?"
Like,
it have no
Yeah, nothing
money
in
in
that.
music. It have no money in being a barber. It have no
You
money
want
in
in
doing
sports
certain
and
things.
thing too.
But
That's
you have
right,
money
you
in
know.
everything you do. Once you do it,
Yeah,
with
once
a
you-
passion, and once
Yeah,
you
once
do
you're
it.
good.
Once you take it serious, you will succeed because I mean, barbering, my parents didn't like barbering at all because them time when I start cutting, a haircut was like $30-$40. Now your haircut could range up to 200, 300, 350. My haircut right now is 150 in each chair, 300 house call.
Yeah.
You understand?
And it took time for Trinidad and Tobago and I
to
guess,
get that,
to
to get that. And it have some people still not up to speed. Like it still have. I not bashing barbers are charging 30 and 40, but I mean, come up. It still have barbers charging 30 and 40. It still have main trimming for 30 and $40.
Them
And
not
they're not
eating,
up to
man.
speed with what's going on. And these barbers have 4 and 5 children. I don't know how. I don't have a parrot on a stick. And I still find the money still not enough.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
imagine these guys who cut it for 40. I don't know how them doing that. But once you take your craft serious and you stick to what you're doing, take it serious, stick to what you're doing,
Have a
and
plan.
things just happen.
And education, as it was brought up, education doesn't stop at just becoming the lawyer, the doctor, and the civil servant. It doesn't just stop there. It also is available for things like music. It's available for things like art. It's available for anything that you want to get into.
Yeah.
For me, I made sure outside of the education that I do now for myself, where I read a lot and I watch a lot of videos and this, that, and the other, I went to NESC. You understand? I went to radio broadcasting school to understand how radio operates. I took internships. I worked in sales. I do not like sales. Funny enough, but yes, there's an equivalent to that in music when you're selling your music and that sort of thing. But when it comes to like sales, like the brutal aspect of it, do not like it. But I took a job in sales just to better understand how radio operates,
Yeah.
how to sell a
Yep.
product properly, how to, you understand?
Yep.
So there are ways to educate yourself. You
Yeah.
understand? And it doesn't just stop at becoming the doctor, becoming the lawyer and this, that, and the other. You know, and for me, what I would say for anybody wanting to get into music, don't be afraid to be bold. You know, for me, of late, I am starting to get back that boldness that I once had. I had people laugh to my face.
Yeah, come on.
I had people laugh to my face when I said I wanted to write a song for you. I had people laugh to my face when I said, "Hey, I want to get you in studio, this, that, and the other." But I am still here. You understand? And that's the level of boldness you need. Because at some point, sometimes you lose it, eh? Because I can tell you, for me, boldness overload, and then I started to be like, you know what?
Yeah, the back down.
I go back down. I go back down a little bit. I go be a little. And it's only of literally when COVID hit, I was like, Mikael, sometimes, you know, I guess it's the human nature of things. Like sometimes you can really lose yourself and be like, I could be a little, you know, it's all about humility and humility also can
Humble nothing.
be there when it is you're being bold about your craft, being bold about what you do. You know, so don't be scared to put yourself out there. Don't be
you have to
scared
put yourself out.
to ask, because I remember for me, when you're starting off in music especially, you don't know where you could record songs.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you don't know which studio, where, whatever the case is. And I took the bold step of putting out on Facebook. I remember those posts, and anytime Facebook remind me, I'd be like, ugh.
That's cringe moment.
But I remember putting out, hey, I want a studio because I get fed up. I literally said those words. I get fed up, I want a studio, I want to record.
Yeah.
And literally day after, I got a message saying, hey, bro, where you come up on whatever the case is, come and record or whatever. And the moment I stepped into that studio, I don't know what's the magical aspect of it, but the moment I stepped into that studio, every other studio in every nook and cranny, you found out where that studio
that
is,
is,
where this is, where that is. You understand? And the doors of opportunity just open. So it's all about just being upfront and bold and being, hey, I'm not gonna stop. I want this. I'm going to pursue this.
Yeah, I would like to say like something I read about is law of attraction. Anything you want, it will come to you. So you just have to start.
Yeah.
Some people they don't want to start. They afraid of rejection, like all you say. Like you, I know both of you all maybe have times where people rejected you or people say I don't want to cut my hair from you. I don't.
Yeah.
People
That it
cannot
was.
take rejection.
That it was, I feel.
So yeah, lastly, one of your greatest stories so far. Something that's very funny. Something that's very funny that happened to you.
Damn. A lot of great stories. A lot of great stories. Hey.
I guess for me, there are a few, but I guess two stories I would share is one being my first ever paid event, when I put on my first ever paid event, and it sold out.
Nice.
And I was proud of that. I was like, thank you, Jesus,
Nice,
because I was like, I didn't know how I was going to pay the sound engineer and everybody. And everybody took a chance on me, especially during that time, to saying, here's what, this is what I can pay upfront right now, but you're going to have to collect the rest after the event. And I don't like to do that at all, but I was like, I need to do it this way. And they were like, okay, cool, no problem. And it was sold out, and I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, so there was that, and then you know, I still getting accustomed to mentioning his name, but because you know he just passed, but the late Samuel Dyer, him and I working together and flying out of the country also, me being able to manage an artist. I love the behind the scenes of the entertainment industry, but I never thought that I would go as far as managing another artist, go as far as helping them or adding to what they've already done in their career and taking them further. You know, so things like that is those are great stories for me, being able to do these things and, you know, having that level of success.
Yeah, I think my one of my great stories is I don't know if you guys know Dream Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dream Richards contacted me to cut him for his wedding. Actually.
Yeah.
And for me that was you know, I take our next day off. Called me up in Hyatt and I cut him in Hyatt, and you know that was a nice experience. That was a nice experience to me. I mean, and cutting them for Olympics as well, you know.
Right, nice.
2-3 soca artists. I don't know if you know Christo, me and Christo, you know. I'm a personal friend now, and you know, and I's Christo personal baba, you know, and yeah, that is. Right now I just enjoying the journey.
Yeah.
I just enjoying the journey. You know, it has certain big people that are cut on the journey, and it's like, hey, I really cut he, or I really cut like this guy. And if you know guys know Dory, that is voice videographer. He's do music videos for Marshall Montano thing.
Okay.
And I cut him as well. You know, and along the line people just recommending me and putting
That's
me
good,
on,
man.
and I just enjoying the journey.
Side note, if Dory is watching this, I hope one day I'm able to do a music video with you. Your price is steep for me as a gospel artist, but I'm coming.
I just enjoying the journey, man. I just enjoying the journey.
That nice, man.
So wrap it up first, Jassy.
Okay, well, all right. The main purpose, as I believe, I'm not sure if it was mentioned on the episode, but I know it was mentioned off it. The main purpose interviewing these guys here was to show, well, Trinidad and by extension the Caribbean, that there are a lot of alternatives once you stick to your plan. Right? The thing about it is, nothing good comes easy, right? And nothing that comes easy is good. That is just all I say. Because these guys, both 10 and 8 years in the business, and they are now reaching somewhere and now getting some traction. And for example, Uzi didn't mention, but you would have seen his IG hovering over at the beginning of the episode. But that IG has 30,000 followers. You understand?
Yeah, I don't know when I reach 30K followers. That just
You understand?
that just happened. That just
Like nobody would have
just
ever
hard
thought.
work.
Yeah.
It just happened. It just happened.
Look like, and for example, Mikael Oden as well. He is a man, high entertainment, right? You think it's weed when you hear high entertainment. But the acronym is I believe he ain't God's hands, right? And the people that he has worked with, I know him years now. We went same secondary school together. And I'm personally proud to say I know this man. I know when this man was making beats on Fruity Loops. If you know his Fruity Loops, you understand? Maverick man thing. I know about that. I know this man singing in chapel, bossing with the mic in Southern Academy, a slap down kind of way, and like, come on. So to see he working with Russell Lyons, who I feel is Trinidad John Legend, you understand? Maverick man thing. It's really good to see that now, and to see people doing their thing and being successful in it now. So that was the whole point of this episode. And guys, keep it up. Don't forget, man, only reach all a million K and these kind of things. When you actually meet John Legend, don't forget, man, remember the podcast. Shout it out, so we get the subscribers too. But
Nice man.
yeah, but that concludes the episode today on Like Minds Podcast.
Hi, my name is Natalia from the Like Minds podcast. If you like what you see, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, as well as turn on your post notification bell so you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. Thanks for watching.